I'll never forget, my wife was a registered nurse in the early 1990s. I was cut. I didn't have a job, and she was paying all the bills. She was paying all the bills.
A good man, but he's not your type.
When it comes to types, okay, because we talked about this the last time, it's a pattern when it comes to your type, patterns and characteristics, okay? These are things that you have seen or that you have explored before. You probably seen mama, auntie, friends, somebody who had a specific type, or somebody in the neighborhood and you was like, oh, that's a bad boy, that's a dope boy, that's something like that. I like that because of the thrill.
I had my workouts going, but I didn't have an NBA team. The Denver Nuggets had cut me. It was between the Nuggets and the Spurs. And
in certain spaces in your life, you cannot bring that type with you. So if you see that all other characteristics and behaviors are good, why does the type even matter?
Another times it was between the Spurs and when I signed with the Rockets, but my wife was paying all the bills. She was the breadwinner because I was on an unguaranteed contract.
You can learn to love this person in other spaces outside of what you see as far as physicalities. If you're talking about a type because maybe your type has a certain type of demeanor, or maybe your type looks a certain type of way, what is going to matter when you start facing conflict? The way they look? When you start going through communication barriers, the way they look?
And I'll never forget, I went in this cafeteria and my wife gave me $4. But when I went in the cafeteria, my wife gave me $4. She said, hey, go treat yourself to some lunch.
All of that's not going to matter. I can guarantee you the majority of people who have probably married or entered into healthy relationships, they weren't worried about a type.
And I went in there and the bill came to $4.78 because I didn't account for the iced tea. But fortunately, at Cleveland's cafeteria in Houston, Texas, on Buffalo Speedway, or near Buffalo Speedway, the guy gave me that free iced tea. So thanks to the guy that gave me that free iced tea and my wife in between my job, they gave me those $4. But I sure made up for it for all those shoes I've been buying.
But if we looking at types who say, oh, he a dreadhead, oh, he's 6 foot something, and everything else, Derek Jackson is 6 foot something, that was cheating on his wife the whole time.
You can hear from the conversation that in modern dating, physical attraction is probably the most important contributor to whether you're able to get into a relationship or not. Of course, is it the best barometer for if the relationship is going to function down the road? Of course it's not. But you can't get out of a relationship until you can get in one. And you can hear the importance of attraction in the comments. We have to be attracted to each other. Attraction is important. You got to at least be attracted to the person. And of course, I don't fault anyone for wanting to be attracted to the person they're with. But there's a simple problem with that. And it's just, does attraction pay the mortgage? Does attraction assure that someone's going to be faithful? Does it mean that they're going to be responsible with their money? Are they going to be honest because they're attractive? Attractiveness has nothing to do with any character traits. And so you see more traditional societies pair people based on things besides physical immediate attraction. And it seems strange to us, but even in our modern dating environment, the kind of opposite to the immediate physical attraction is the ride or die chick. And we get probably the most unlikely of people to speak on the importance of the ride or die and how it has an effect on modern dating.
One of the big differences I noticed between black women and white women when it comes to black men. A white woman will look at a black man for his potential. The black woman will look at the black man for what he's able to provide for me at this moment.
Umar uses the term black women and white women, but I want to push back a little bit against that. That's one reason I included Avery Johnson's story in this video, is not necessarily the idea that if you find someone that's different than you, you're going to fix all your problems, because that is absolutely not the truth. What instead is more important, I think, in this video is you're looking for a mindset, someone that can love the guy that you're going to be in 5 and 10 years, instead of what can you get for me now? And that's not a mindset that's totally owned by a certain group of women. And so be mindful of that as you listen to him in this video.
The white woman is evaluating the black man with an eye to the future. The black woman is evaluating the black man with an eye to the present. And so because of that, the white woman will find a black man who has nothing, but she sees the potential, and she will help him work and build to fulfilling that potential.
When you listen to Umar speak, sometimes it seems as if he is kind of putting on a mask, if you will, for doing the fundraising he has to do. And behind the scenes, he is much more aware of things. And when he lets his guard down and speaks pretty much honestly, as he's doing here, he hits the nail right on the head. For guys, there's nothing that motivates a guy more than a woman falling in love with his dream, falling in love with the guy that she sees him being in 5 years and in 10 years. And during that build up to that guy, she is aiding him in becoming that guy by watching his diet and exercising with him and doing the little things, organizational skills, all kinds of things that would help that man, just like we saw with Avery Johnson. He was going to his workouts and doing all of this stuff to be an NBA player, but he didn't have any money. And so his wife saw the dream. What if he gets to the NBA while he's working really hard and I'm a nurse? Let me breathe life into him. She did that, and look at where they are now.
And a lot of times when we see brothers with these white women, he didn't meet her after he got rich. He met her when he was broke, and she built him into the millionaire he is today. Black women are going to lose, although I totally dismiss interracial dating. For men and women, it is not justifiable or acceptable. But because we're under the hypnosis of religion, which has us trapped into multiculturalism in every aspect of our existence, including marriage, that reality is going to be with us for a while.
Of course, it wouldn't be an Umar TikTok without him getting in his piece about who needs to be dating whom and how he doesn't condone certain people dating certain people, X, Y, and Z. But at the end of the day, a child that grows up in a home that is loving and is stable, that child is just going to do better than a child that's reared in a home that is the same ethnicity. But it is the last minute or so where he really sticks the landing, and it sounds like he's getting on a certain group of people that's not black men.
Black women need to start finding black men who have potential and then investing in them. Since you make more money, use it to invest in your husband's dream and potential so your money is working for him and you at the same time.
What Umar is talking about here is simple. It's a practical way of looking at modern love. We both make salaries. Let's work together. If I fall in hard times, you're going to hold me up. If you fall in hard times, I'm going to hold you up. It makes all the sense, except it's gotten warped to a point where now that everyone makes money, guys need to make more money just to get into the door if they don't fit the attraction threshold. Of course, that's led to passport bros and guys dating out and all kinds of new permutations of dating. But it's here where Umar is going to make the point that basically is a warning call to his audience.
But this mindset of you need to have the bag when I meet you, come back and find me when you get the bag. You know what the problem with that is? When the man does finally get himself together, the black man, it might be 10 years after he met her. So even though he got it together, he ain't interested in her no more. You 10 years older. You no longer look like you used to look. Some things have changed about you since I met you. So I'm not looking you over because I think I'm better than you. I'm looking you over because I've actually outgrew you.
The point that Umar is making here is nothing more than just simple common sense applied to modern dating. And if you've been overseas as long as I have, or you've just had an opportunity to see certain types of women be around guys that come from first world countries, you'll understand that physical attraction is not the primary attractor for those young ladies to those men. Does it help? Absolutely it does. But the prospect that I can have a family with this guy and 5-10 years down the road, we can live a certain type of life with kids living a certain type of life, and I can live a certain type of existence, that's more than enough for me to be attracted to this guy. And I think that if you're in the modern dating market and you're looking for that as a primary attractor, physical attraction, then you're going to fall into the mistake that Umar can see coming. And it's simply this: the physically attractive guys don't have any reason to commit. And so they're going to just have their fun. And the responsible guys are going to start making their way to the door. But we already see that's happening, don't we? Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.